Good morning. Today we're going to talk about the things I've got up to, the things I've finished, and the things I've started. My name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage, and welcome back. It is my weekly roundup of all that I've got up to in my sewing room. At the moment, it is total chaos everywhere around here because I had a friend coming to visit. She was one of my good clients when I still had my little shop. She would literally come and buy one of each of the ranges that I did. And when she let me know that she was in Cape Town, I fetched her and we had such a great time. But then she started, like she would always do, going through my sewing room and finding fabrics that she liked. So I did 4 t-shirts for her while she was here. She wanted more, but I didn't have enough time because I literally sat down from about 3 o'clock until 9 o'clock and I sewed up everything. I'll do some footage of it. My friend is visiting me and I used to make her clothes, and so I said I would make her a top, and then one top turned into quite a few. Started with this one, and then there's 2 of these like this mesh and this blue one, and then I also made her pants shorter. But I'm done now and it's time for bed. Then after that I sat down and I unpicked the things that I want to alter. So I showed the skirt and it was actually 2 skirts. The one skirt I turned into a top long ago. The other skirt a friend gave to me. So I want to use the fabric. So I sat and I unpicked the fabric. And now I have 2 heaps of fabric. That the next step is to iron it and then I can cut it out. So this one I want to turn into a top, as well as this one. It's also going to turn into a top. Then I also showed you my pajamas last time, which was so tacky. I literally wore it to pieces. So you can see it's almost see-through because for 2 years, almost 3 years, this was my only pajamas. So what I did is I had pants that I made with that. I cut the pants off. It was 3/4. I cut them off into shorts, which is so comfy. I never thought I would wear pajama shorts, but I actually quite like it. And then I still had a few pieces of fabric left over from the original make, and I actually had these cut out, these basques. So I just had to use the pants and I made myself a little top, and I can't tell you how comfortable these are. I slept in them for the first time last night. I actually finished them yesterday, and it is so comfy. I think I need another pair. I do still have this, but it's a stretchy one, so I'll still decide what I'm going to do. I think I'm also going to do just shorts and a top because they're so comfy. Then I also sat down, still didn't do the check dress, but I did cut out some pants because as I spoke to you in the past, I'm really on a mission to get some things that's more corporate, and I need pants. Because I find dresses are sometimes a little bit too casual, especially my types of dresses, because this is what I like to wear. And for corporate, this doesn't work so well. So I have this pattern. I know the jury is out on this one. It is the Simplicity 9471. I've made shorts in it before. I did find the crotch in the front is a bit long, so I took some of that bulk out. And if I remember right, the back was a bit short because I do have a butt. So what I did is I cut out view A, in this beautiful linen, which a friend of mine, I think she had a couch covered in it, but it is a nice heavyweight, so it's going to drape really beautifully. And I think I made it a little bit wider because I love wide-legged pants, even if I sometimes feel like maybe they don't fit me so well. But I'm now at the place where it's like, oh, stuff it, I'm going to wear it. So then I showed you this white. Originally, I was going to go for more tapered legs, but this linen, it's like a tablecloth linen. I think it was a curtain at one stage. It called out to be pants. So I love the Vogue 9008. I've made some shorts in it before. View E. Love them. Wear them all the time. So I took the same View E, D, whatever. And I'm going to just make pants with that. And I'm going to give it elastic in the back. Because I hated my pants fall down. And I really don't like wearing belts. I need a belt actually, if I think about it. Maybe I'll wear it with a belt, but I still want elastic in the back because then it fits well and I don't have to worry about anything. So I measured my inside leg and I didn't have exactly enough. I might have to go in and give it a cuff at the bottom. And so I just took the fabric that I had and laid it out and hope for the best. I fitted it on me or just hang it in front of me and it looks like it is enough to be long enough. We'll have to see. So cutting out sometimes I find really tedious and very tiring. And I have to do that when I have emotional and mental energy. So what I want to do next is have a sewing day and just sit down and make all the pants and still finish all the things that's hanging over there and then make myself some tops because those are the things that I've identified in my wardrobe that's missing. I don't have pants that I can wear for corporate but also just for general, and I also don't have a lot of tops. I think I have 4 and 2 of them are winter tops. So I've got this one which I love, but it was a nightie that I also cut the bottom off and brought it all up and then used some of the bottom to make the sleeves because it was very see-through around my bosom part because that's the part that gets the most friction. So I just brought it up, made a top, and I actually really love this top. So before it had like just this and this little frill on the shoulder, and then I added the sleeves, and now it's one of my favorites. It is so flowy. It almost gives me a Dion feeling. And I use some hard lace everywhere. My life coaching has also started picking up. So I've had a few sessions this week and I love doing that. It is so rewarding to work with someone and to see them reach their full potential. And a while ago, I sat down with a coach for myself, and what she said, so let's talk about what you are doing. And what I realized by just bouncing it off her is that I'm actually a transitional coach. So my passion is to see people who are stuck. We all get stuck sometimes and we just don't get out of that stuckness. And to work with people like that, women and men, but especially women, and just to work through the process of getting to that place where you can see where to go next. And so this week I've started a new client and it is so rewarding. I'm actually quite excited about working with her. The older ones, I love working with them, but it's always nice when a new client come on board. It's also been quite a busy weekend and a busy week. On Tuesday night, I had to go through to Worcester, which is on the other side of the mountain. And you have to go through the tunnels because they closed the alternative route. And I think it's the roads company that wants you to pay the 100 and something there and back toll gate money. So there's no alternative route now. And I went through, did the meeting that I had to attend and did the speaking engagement, came back, got stuck in front of the tunnel for almost 45 minutes. And it was actually quite scary because it was like 11 o'clock at night. There were trucks, these massive trucks in the front and the back. I was the only car between all the trucks. And I kept my lights off because I was also the only woman between tons of men. And sometimes you just have to be wise. So what I've decided next time, if I have to go to places like that, I'll just find somewhere where I can sleep over. Because there was no real danger, but I perceived it as danger just because somebody tried to hijack me a few years ago and it was quite scary. And that whole situation brought me back to that feeling which I had when I went through that. And so I've just decided in future, especially if there's not alternative routes, I will just sleep over. Be wise, be wise. So that was fun. And then I've also been really tired this week, but I think it's because I haven't slept much. That night I got home very late and I was up very early, and it's literally been, and the previous night my friend was visiting, and so we got to bed late and I had to get her to the airport. We got up at 3:30 in the morning to get her on time to the airport. And I find when I'm tired, I am not as productive as when I have energy. So even today, last night was also one of those non-sleeping nights. And I woke up because Valentino, the little pup that we have, he's now 9 months. At 5:30 in the morning, he started throwing, he's got hooves that he's chewing, so he started throwing it around. And every time it hits the tiles, I would have such a shock because I was in deep sleep. And then I would just fall asleep again, and then it happens again. So I gave up, and I just got up and I started working. But I can feel that I'm tired. This weekend, we have some plans. We're going to do the park run on Saturday at Blowback Beach, which is always fun. Ooh, look what we've got. There's a bubbles. And I think we've got some people coming for a braai. So it's going to be a busy one as well. But I am planning to get some sleep this weekend because I need to catch up. The last one where I spoke about the dangers in the sewing room, your comments were hilarious. I was sitting here and I was giggling because I knew the sewing room was dangerous, but I didn't know it was this dangerous. And that's all the things I've been busy with. I always love spending time with you. And it's just so heartwarming. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.